It was 2:15 a.m. I finished a double shift in Manhattan. The station was deserted. I boarded the Red Line. It was an old model, covered in graffiti. I sat down and closed my eyes just for a second. I drifted off to sleep. The rhythm of the tracks lulled me. Clack, clack, clack. I woke up with a start. My phone said it was 3:30. I had been asleep for over an hour. Usually the ride is 20 minutes. The train was moving fast. Too fast. I looked out the window. No station lights. Just pitch black darkness, and the other passengers, they were agony. Every single one of them. The intercom crackled, but no voice came out. Just a high-pitched screech. Then the brakes slammed on. Sparks flew outside the window. The train stopped violently. The doors hissed open. A smell hit me. Mold, routine wood, and something metallic, like old blood. I stepped onto the platform. There were no advertisements, no exit sign. The walls were covered in yellow tiles. Endless, dirty yellow tiles. The fluorescent lights hummed loudly. Beseta, seta, 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 seta. It sounded like angry wasps. In the center of the platform stood a sign. It was glitching. Station. God, I had never heard of it. I tried to call 911. Call filed. I checked the GPS. It showed a blue screen. Then it dropped a pin in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. A chill ran down my spine. The train doors closed behind me. With a heavy thud, the train pulled away, leaving me alone in the yellow light. I walked around, looking for stairs. I found a vending machine. It was glowing red, but the items inside were wrong. Rusty cans, jars of teeth, and bottles filled with black liquid. I pressed a button. A can dropped. Clunk. It was warm to the touch, like living flesh. I saw a staircase at the far end. I ran towards it. Primera climbed up and up. My legs burned. I reached the top landing. I pushed open the heavy exit door. But I was not on the street. I was back on the platform. Station K. The same yellow tiles, the same buzzing light. I was trapped. That is when I saw him. An old man sitting on a bench. It was dirty. His clothes were torn to shreds. He was missing his left leg. He was rocking back and forth. "Do not go on the tracks," he whispered. His voice was dry, like crushing dead leaves. "Do not walk the tracks." I approached him. "How do I get out?" "Primera." "Husk it." He stopped rocking. He looked at me with milky eyes. "There is no out, only Trug. But the drum is hungry tonight." He pointed at the dark tunnel. "Run before the drum finds you." Boom. had no choice. I jumped onto the tracks. The tunnel was freezing. The air was thick. It smelled of ozone and copper. I started walking. The only light came from my phone. The darkness seemed to swallow the beam. I walked for what felt like hours. My footsteps echoed. Tap, tap, tap. Then I heard it clearly. From deep behind me. Drums. Boom, boom, boom. It was not music. It was a heartbeat. A massive, slow heartbeat. It was getting louder. Something was coming. Something huge. I picked up the pace. I shined my light on the walls. I saw shadows. But there was no one there. The shadows were moving on their own. Peeling off the walls, reaching out with long black fingers, trying to grab my coat. I swatted them away. They felt cold like dry ice. My phone rang. I froze. It was my mom. Premitter answered. Mom, help me. But it was not her voice. It was a recording of my own voice, repeating my words back to me. Mom, help me. Mom, help me. Then laughter, distorted. Digital laughter. I threw the phone away. The drumming was right behind me now. Boom da, boom da. I looked back. I saw it. A tall figure scraping against the ceiling of the tunnel. He had no face. Just smooth, pale skin. It was wearing a tattered conductor's uniform. It longed me. I ran until my chest felt like it would explode. One tripped on the railway ties, scraped my hands, but I got up. The thing screamed, a sound like metal grinding on metal. I saw a light ahead, not a station, headlights. A car was driving on the subway tracks. An old, yellow taxi. It looked pristine. Too clean for this place. It stopped right next to me. The window rolled down. Smartly, a man in a suit sat inside. He had perfectly combed hair and a smile that was too wide. Need a ride, son? Hey, ask it. His voice had static, like a radio broadcast. I hesitated. The monster was close. I could hear its heavy breathing. Ha ha ha. The driver pata'd the seat. It is safe inside, or is it? I did not care. I opened the door. I slammed the door shut. The monster slammed against the glass, but the glass did not break. The driver locked the doors. Click. Where to? I ask it. Anywhere. Just drive. Anywhere. But here. The driver chuckled. Very well. The long way it is. We drove into the dark tunnel. The car smelled strange. like rotting meat masked by heavy cologne. I looked at the driver. He never blinked. Note, unsay. His hands were gripping the wheel tight. His knuckles were white. I looked at the meter. It was spinning wildly, numbers increasing too fast to read. I fell asleep eventually, or maybe passed out. When he woke up, we were still driving. The tunnel never ends. 7 years have passed since that night. I have aged, but the driver has not changed. He is still smiling that impossible smile. I am typing this on his phone. He lets me use it sometimes if I tell him a scary story. We just passed a station. I saw a young man on the platform. He looked confused, just like I was. I wanted to scream, to warn him, but the car did not stop. It never stops. If you are in New York and you are working late, do not take the red line at 2 a.m. If the train does not stop, do not get off. And whatever you do, never, ever get in the yellow taxi. The meter is still running, and I cannot pay the fare.